Quilting, as in most everything else we do, is all about the tools. Having the proper tools makes life so much easier and makes the finished results come out so much better. And sometimes there are tools that you don't have to have, but really make it easier. And this is a case in point. This is the Fons & Porter Flying Geese ruler, and it helps you make a very common block that we use a lot in quilting called the Flying Geese block. It's very easy to use. Everything you need to know is right on the ruler, so I'm going to show you how to use it. The first part of the Flying Geese block that we're going to make is the quarter square triangle, so it'll be a shape like this. The first thing we have to decide is what size of a Flying Geese block we wish to make, and I'm just going to choose this 2.5 by 5 inches just as a starting point for us, but you could choose any of these sizes. So I've chosen this side, and by looking at this I can tell that I need to cut my strip 3 inches using this line in order to end up with my 2.5 by 5 inch finished Flying Geese size. And the information's right here. It does come also with instructions, but really the ruler tells you everything. So the first thing I'll do is cut my strips 3 inches, and then I'll place my ruler on my strips like this, and then all I do is cut on each side of the ruler, and as you can see I end up with my quarter square triangle, which is what I need. And do notice that the little nip at the top, that will be cut off, and it's supposed to be that way, and when you piece the block together you'll understand why. So now that we have those cut, we want to cut the other pieces of the Flying Geese block, which are the sides. I do the same thing. I've just turned the ruler, and then I'm looking for the size that I want, which in this case is a 2.5 by 5. And of course that also says a 3 there, so I cut my strips to be 3 inches. Here I have my 3-inch strip, and I've already clean finished this edge, which means I've just taken a nice clean cut. And what I'll do is line up along that cut with the 3-inch line here, which in this case is a yellow line when you're going this way, and I line those two sides up, and then all I do is cut. There we go. And now I have my two pieces. Now let me take my goose foot, or the quarter square part of the design, and then I'm going to add in the half squares that I just cut from the gold to show you how this is going to go together, and that's going to look pretty good. So let's sew it. So I have my block laid out the way that it will be sewn together, and so I'm going to take my first edge and match them up. And notice how this, because of the tool and the way it cuts, is a nice perfect match there. So you know exactly how to match it in order to sew it together. And now I'll just sew that side. And you can either press this with your iron or finger press it. I'm just going to press it with my fingers just for expedience sake for the video. And then match up your other sides. And once again, that's matched up perfectly, because the nifty tool has given you that nice cut off corner just the way it needs to be so you can match. And here I am doing my other side, and now we have a perfect Flying Goose block. And let's check the measurements to make sure that it's right. Well, we started out, we wanted a 2.5 by 5, so this measures 5.5 by 3, so once you subtract that ½ inch off each side, it's 2.5 by 5. That sure makes it easy, doesn't it? For more Sew Easy lessons, visit quiltersclubofamerica.com.